I'm back in the Hydrogen Home kitchen and I'm making a quintessential favourite of every household in Australia, and that would have to be butter chicken. I feel like it's the most approachable curry, especially for children. There's not too much heat and it's got lots and lots of flavour, so it's a good way to introduce the Indian cuisine into our household. So there's a lot happening here on the bench. So we're going to start with our chicken. I've got some beautiful chicken thighs. You can of course use chicken breast too, but I just find the flavour of the thigh is much better and it stays a little bit more tender. So we're going to marinate our chicken first. We'll go in with some black pepper. We've got some ground cumin, some ground coriander. We've got some grated ginger, some garlic, and this is a little tandoori spice paste, which is just going to add an absolute bomb of flavour into our chicken. And then we're going to go in with a little bit of lemon juice and yogurt, and that's going to help to tenderize our chicken and really make sure that all those flavours start to marinate into each other. Now, if you do have time, you can absolutely do this the night before, but there's that much flavour going into this, the day of is absolutely fine. Now we're just going to leave the chicken to sit out at room temperature. That's also going to help the marinade stick to the chicken a lot quicker at room temperature while we get onto our sauce. So we're going to go onto a nice medium heat to start with. And that's going to allow all those spices to toast off at a really even temperature, making sure we're not burning anything. And then once the chicken goes in, we can start to amp up the heat and almost replicate that beautiful smoky tandoori flavour that we want in our curry. So we'll go in with a good generous amount of extra virgin olive oil. You could also use ghee at home when you're making this curry. And we're going to go in also with butter. So the quintessential butter for the butter chicken. So we'll go in with our ginger and start to cook that off, and our garlic. And we'll go in next with our tomato puree and some tomato paste just to really accentuate the tomato flavour. So we'll give that a good stir. Make sure that tomato simmers for a few minutes, then we'll slowly start incorporating all of our beautiful spices, some cream, some stock. The chicken will go in and we're just going to let that gently bubble away. So we're going to place our tomato just onto the back heat for now, and we're going to ramp up the heat in a large fry pan to cook our chicken off to get it really nice and smoky and caramelized around the outside. While that's heating up, I'm going to go in with our spices into our tomato. So we've got some cumin, some coriander and cardamom. I've got some fenugreek as well, that can go straight in. Paprika, and we're going to go in with a little bit more of our little tandoori paste here. You could also use a little kasundi as well, just to add a little extra punch of flavour. I know there's lots of ingredients in here. I feel like there's probably 20 odd plus, especially with all the beautiful spices, but it's so worth it. So give that a really good stir. Let all those spices start to melt into the tomatoes before we go with a little bit of stock and cream. And while that's happening, we'll go in with some extra virgin olive oil and start to fry off our chicken. Our butter chicken is ready and it is smelling absolutely incredible. All of those spices, and there were lots of spices that went in here, are just smelling so beautiful. That chicken is super tender, the tomato has cooked down. Now it's as simple as serving this with some gorgeous steamed rice or even some beautiful roti bread. And we're just going to be very generous here with our curry. There's nothing more warming than a big bowl of this beautiful butter chicken. Lots of that sauce as well. And for me, just a little bit of coriander. And that is such a quick and wholesome curry that everyone at home needs to have in their repertoire.